that wraps up today, Tuesday. And man, I was so excited that today was going to be a hotter day. Well, not really like a great trading day or anything like that, especially after what we saw yesterday. But I wrapped up down $40. And the reason I wrapped up today is because I have these three kind of rules on when to stop trading. Usually it's sometimes time-based, like, in the past it was very strict at 11. I didn't want to trade anymore. And then, now sometimes I'll let it run to 12 because I just know just to be a little bit more cautious. But basically, if I have 3 red trades in a row, I wrap up trading. If I have 10% of my max position size in the red, so my max position size is around $2,000 right now, and if 10% of that is $200. So if I am $200 in the red, I will wrap up trading. So that could happen from one trade, it could happen from 2 trades. It could happen from some sort of crazy concoction of different trades. But basically, that's another kind of red flag or red line in the sand. And then the third one, what is the third one again? Yes, giving back half of my profit. So basically, if I'm up $100 and then I go down $50, then I stop trading, because I've noticed when I do sometimes go up $100 and I give back $50, then I'll take another trade, I'm red. And then red on that trade, and then all of a sudden I'm red on the day, and it's just like, that's the worst feeling. It's like, wow, I really should have just stopped trading. I would have saved time, and I would have made more money, or at least made more money, or at least, not giving back so much money. So those are my kind of 3 things. So there were some nice setups out today. You had to kind of dig around a little bit for them. You also didn't really want to get too aggressive on breakouts today, except with FFHC, because that one just absolutely ripped. But other than that, you had to be a little bit more cautious today. So let's go to the charts now, review those key setups, how we could have walked away a little bit more green by focusing on those, perfect moves. Let's also leave a like if you enjoy the content. And if you're totally new here, we would love to have you join the community. Definitely consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon too. Let's go to the charts now. Boom, welcome back, guys. So there we have it. That wraps up Tuesday's trading, and honestly, it wasn't exactly the hottest trading. I got a lot of canceled orders. Oh my God, 32. Filled orders. We did quite a few trades today. Let's quickly check here. We did 6 trades today, so a little bit more than usual. I think 6 trades is actually the max I've done on this new unlimited account, to be honest. We had KTOV. We'll talk about it first. I had a pretty nice pre-market trade, although it was very small on KTOV. But then, ended up a little bit red, and then BRN is the other ticker. So let's talk about KTOV first. Where is it right now? KTOV. I'm watching XRF kind of really popped up on the scanner here a little bit, and making some nice runs. So KTOV, a lot of updates here. Oh man, TOS was so annoying for me today. I might have just been my computer and not getting enough memory, but I don't know. It's glitch central, and it wasn't even glitchy. It was just like laggy. So that's why I think it was kind of my computer. But okay. So KTOV. 70% gapper pre-markets, 33 million float, Israel Biotech with phase 1 out of 2 FDA acceptance, so they can continue that study. So basically, this one was running up. This is its 3rd bigger green day in a row. Wanted to be a little bit careful with that, but pre-market, I sold for the first time around 7 a.m. and I was like, this is actually looking really, I just bought in my IRA account. I'll have to check that a little bit later. We could even talk about it in this recap. So we broke $1, and this is like when I was like, this could be kind of interesting here. We had one pullback here at about 104, and this is when I had the most intense gut feeling that I should jump on this, but I was like, I don't know what I was doing around here at the time, but I wasn't really focused, and I didn't. Pops up from here, basically all the way here, 8%. I'm like, that really would have been good. Another perfect entry right here. 11% run, and then technically this is a good little entry, so I would have probably made this a 5% profit or something, and then ideally gotten in again. Unfortunately, I missed all that. I pulled back to VWAP, and then was pulling here again. I was like, oh my God, 125, big long-term support and resistance. We might be popping past 1.25. Let me buy this pullback. So we broke here above the 9-minute EMA. I bought on the pullback, was waiting for a continuation. It didn't get the continuation, but I sold anyway because it was slow. walked away with 3 cents a share profit. Not really the worst, kind of like a 4% profit trade on this one. So it was okay, but it, used small position size. So it didn't really, really matter too much. The whole point of me pre-market trading isn't really like, make a bunch of money or lose a bunch of money. That's the whole point. I don't want to get in that position before the actual trading day starts. But it's kind of getting a feel for things. So I kind of got a feel for KPOV. I would have really, really liked this trade here. We tried to pull back, didn't work, instantly popped higher, and then we ran here 17%. Same with which one was it? FFHL. This one was a really nice morning one. We could talk about it for a second. Then KPOV, these are my last 2 trades. And this is why I actually stopped trading for the day. We had one attempt to break here above VWAP, didn't happen, closed this one for a small loss. Had a secondary attempt here. I wanted to get in, kind of an aggressive entry at 115. I literally bought into the breakout, so I used a very small position size. Actually, I used a small position size on this one because I bought into the breakout. This one I was a little bit more conservative on, but still didn't get my fill, pulled back very sharply. Luckily, I got out on this one before the pullback. And this is when I was, 3 or 4 red trades in a row. And, I have my rule, like I said in the intro, 3 trades in a row that are red, I'm done with trading for the day. 10% of my max position size, which is roughly $2,000 right now, then I am, so basically $200, because 10% of 2,000 is $200, then I'm done with trading for the day. Giving back half of my profits, because I've noticed that when I'm up, let's say $100 and I give back $50 and I do more trades, all of a sudden I end the day red. It happens to me multiple times. So basically giving back half my profits, I'm also done with trading today. So today, I actually kind of broke my rule because I think I did 4 red trades in a row, but whatever. So yeah, I should have stopped at 3 red trades because that would have prevented this red one right here. And then we would have actually ended the day not so red. Although, $40 red is really not that red. But still, because we're always thinking position size, we're thinking percentages, not dollar amount. And right now we're still trading with small position size. But if I was trading with $10,000, it would be a $400 red day. So, it's a decent red day, especially if I could have made it a $200 red day just by stop trading earlier. That's a win on all fronts. You stop trading earlier, you have more time for other things, and you technically make more money if you think about, penny saved is a penny earned. So that's why we have these kind of max stops in place, and kind of followed it, but a little bit too late. We just didn't have a lot of potential today. Honestly, like the follow through was very weak. BRN, let's quickly talk about this one. This one I'm really kicking myself on in the butt for, because some of you guys got this, which is great. I'm not kicking myself in the butt for that. But we were talking about in the chat room, we walked through this trade the whole way through, called it out perfectly, and then somehow I lost money on it. And I was really annoyed. BRN, one of the lead gappers on the day, 200% gapping pre-market, 4 million float, huge float. Tiny float. U.S. oil and gas company, Q2 results, almost doubled in sales. So a lot of good stuff there. Although this is what I didn't like about it, the fact that it pulled back to 37% from the pre-market highs. That's never really a good thing. Anyway, pre-market, we had this really nice breakout here, had a nice quick dip pullback here, 12% run, another pullback here, 14% run. Those would have been the 2 entries on BRN. Everything else was kind of sketchy, except this one possible trade, and we'll talk about that right now. So BRN pulls back here into the 50 area, big support. I buy this first dip, doesn't really work out that well. In terms of, it was a little shaky, so I took my profits, walked with 4 cents a share, whatever. Made some decent money on it, nothing too crazy. But this is the trade I was waiting for. I was waiting for a big pullback here, missed this entry like a goon. I had a limit order at like 151, too late. And then I didn't get the pullback. I should have moved it to 153 or so. There was another dip here, and then it runs 20%. I don't even know what to say about this one. This was so perfect that I'm really kind of like a little butthurt about it. Anyway, don't want to be butthurt, but let's keep going here. Bought a dip here. The entry here on the dip was perfect. Held a little bit too long, and actually ended up closing this one red. So again, you got to be kidding me. Had a perfect, this could have been a 2% winner. I was waiting for a pop here over 76. This is probably a bit my fault because I had my screen over here, then I was moving it back over here to show you guys when I should have just put BRN on this screen, and that's what I did after this trade. So then I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna move screens around. I'm just gonna leave the screen over here so I can watch the chart. and then you guys can watch it as well. But like moving screens around with my computer delayed today, it was like loading, buffering, reshaping. I was missing the whole order book. I couldn't focus on the order book. And I think that's a big reason I didn't get out in time on this one. And then boom, the last one, again, 3%, 3 cents a share on this one, which I probably got out lucky because it was a much bigger dip. It could have been much more risky. Yeah, I don't know. And then BRN just, I don't know, the rest of the day is just kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in this area, there could have been a good pullback trade. I don't know. It's all very sketchy. Maybe right here, 9-minute EMA touch, and then a little pop here to 6%. And when this one didn't break out with big volume, then just kind of close out of position. So there was definitely opportunities today, but I don't know. I didn't jump on the right opportunities, and then I think this was a bit of revenge trading maybe in my eyes. Like looking back at it, I probably did these 2 trades because I missed this one, and that's the one I wanted. So we all make mistakes. That's just how it is. FFHL. Let's quickly look at this one here. This was one of our lead gappers today. 1 million float. This thing had explosive potential. And here you can see it ran up like 75% or so. 64% gap pre-market. China Packing Container Company, good quarterly results. Beautiful red to green move. A little, okay, maybe not beautiful, a little choppy, but like definitely in the 3 red candles, about 6 to 10% down, and then the reversal. That part's right. But this part, I probably would have got faked out here somehow. Then it gets halted twice or 3 times on the way up. A huge move there. I should have gotten more aggressive in this area. I don't really like trading out of halts, but this would have been the big ticket. FFHL today. So yeah, I mean, it's not that there wasn't moves today. It's just somehow I missed the moves a little bit, and you know, I really got to go with my gut feeling a little bit more often. Sometimes it's like really bubbling down there, and it's like, you got to take this trade, and then I'm like, no, I'm not trading right now because it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and then those actually would have been the 2 best trades. So yeah, it's listen to your gut feeling, guys. I mean, there's a reason. I was actually watching this, and it's crazy. There's like it's the second most, I think, nerve ending area in your body, and it's literally like your brain and your stomach have this weird connection, and sometimes your stomach literally knows. You know, it's like it knows more than your brain sometimes, because I don't know, if it tingles up here, then it tingles down there, and then you kind of feel it more down there. I don't know. I'm not really a scientist, and I should not be commenting on this, but it's interesting. Gut feeling is actually a real thing. So you know, you got to listen to it sometimes, and that's really where I stumbled over myself today. Yeah, and then out of the gates, I wasn't looking at the right ticker either. So just a few little mistakes. By the way, guys, I just want to let you know that if you are interested in any sort of tutoring or collaboration or trading, if you have any trading questions, my email is alex@tradejournal.co. It's in the video description below. I will probably start taking on, it's tough to say. So I was talking to, so it looks like I'm going to have maybe a consulting client in the beginning of next week or the week after that. And I have to free up some space for that. And if I'm going to free up some space, I actually have more space because I would really have to do a little bit of checkerboard movement. So I would be thinking about maybe taking on up to 3 clients. So if you're interested in maybe having a little bit of one-on-one phone calls, you know, talking through your past trades, working on some, if you're totally new, maybe working on getting you up to speed very quickly, something like that, definitely drop me an email below, alex@tradejournal.co. Otherwise, I mean, no stress. Everything here is free, and I plan on keeping it that way. But since I'm probably gonna have 1 tutor at the moment, I probably would take on up to 3 because I think that would fit in my schedule. Otherwise, I don't think I would do any more than that. Yeah, I think that's everything for today. Yeah, so let's wrap it up there, guys. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the content. If you're totally new here, remember to go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to first review the watch list and then trade the market open every day. I would love to see you there, so definitely consider subscribing. Join the community. It's really, really good fun. It's totally free as well. So yeah, guys, I'll see you tomorrow then. Ciao, ciao.